Hey everybody, AC here. Welcome to another episode of Anime Season 5. Uh, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the three runner-ups that unfortunately did not quite make my list, but I really wanted to talk about them. Those being Nagatoro, Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagatoro, to be precise, Komi-san Can't Communicate, and Ascendance of a Bookworm. I love each of these animes. I think they are all wonderful, just absolutely wonderful. I enjoy Nagatoro. I enjoy Nagatoro. I enjoy the dynamic between her and Senpai, and I like her friends. Her friends are funny. I get a laugh every time they're on screen. Um, and it's very cute to see their relationship progress. And it's going to be getting a second season. As of this recording, season 2 has been announced, so that's great. We're gonna get to see more. We're gonna get to see more. Um, and I think it kind of goes without saying that the titular character Nagatoro is my favorite character in the series. She's a wonderful character. She's a wonderful character, and yeah, I very much enjoy. I very much enjoy the series, um, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. Uh, and for Komi Can't Communicate, I love the fact that it is touching on a issue for people who have difficulty communicating, people who have a communication disorder that can't quite communicate well with other people. I love how it's touching on that and how it's not making light of it. It's not something that she gets over quickly. It is something that is a constant throughout the series. She is constantly trying her hardest to communicate to people, but she just can't. Like she just has that communication disorder. It just makes it far too difficult for her to communicate, and so she's constantly trying to find other ways to convey what she wants to say to people. And I think that that's just wonderful. And there are even people like Tadano out in the world that just for some reason can are so good at reading the room that they can you could almost swear that they were mind readers. Like I knew someone like this back in high school. Um, he was so good at reading people's expressions and reading the room that he was able to like figure out exactly kind of what people were thinking just by kind of like reading their expressions, their mood, the way they talk, the way they moved. Like he was able to figure out what they were thinking, and it was so weird. Like we all thought he was like some kind of mind reader, but yeah, he was a he was a really cool guy, and yeah, it's great to know that like that kind of person is also being represented here because they do exist. They're very rare. I only ever knew that one guy. I have never met someone else that could read the room as well as that. So um, those kinds of people are very rare, but it is pretty cool to see that kind of representation. And a lot of Komi's friends are also very enjoyable to watch. They're all very enjoyable to watch. They're all very memorable. Uh, sorry. Um, they're very memorable, and the one character, and I mean the one character that I just cannot stand is Yamai. I do not like her. I hate her. She needs to go to prison for what she did to Dano. Um, but yeah, pretty much all of Komi's other friends are all very enjoyable, very fun to watch. And currently, season 2 is airing. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm excited for whenever they decide to introduce Mambagi. I'm very, very curious if they're going to get around to introducing her in this season, or if they're going to wait till season 3 to introduce her. My guess is they're probably going to wait till season 3. That's my guess, considering how I believe it's like 2 or 3 chapters into volume 10 that a new school year ends up starting. And that's when Manbagi ends up showing. That's when Manbagi ends up showing up. So I think that they might end up waiting. I think they might end up waiting till season 3 to do that, and just have the first 2 seasons cover their first year in high school. So that's my guess, but who knows? They could decide to just speed things up a lot in order to try to introduce Mambagi. But I am curious, how they're gonna handle that character, because that is a character I really enjoy in the manga. Um, and as far as my favorite character goes in that, it is it's honestly a tie between Komi and Tadano. I love Komi. You can't not love her, but Tadano is Tadano, or as some manga readers would call him, Chadano. Uh, Chadano, and he is an absolute Chad, especially in some of the more recent chapters. He is an awesome he's an awesome dude. I would totally want to be his friend. Uh, but yeah, I would choose one of those two. It's kind of a tie between them. But yeah, it's great to see that kind of representation for both Tadano and Komi. It's great to see that representation. It's great to see all these colorful characters. And the animation is super crisp and just so beautiful. It's so beautifully animated. And the music is really great too. I really enjoy the music. I listen to I've I listen to the season 1 opening all the time. It is just wonderful. Um, but yeah, so then lastly, the last runner up that I want to talk about is Ascendance of a Bookworm. I absolutely love this series, and it is an isekai. And you're going to find that there's a handful of isekais on my list. There aren't that many. Let's see. I think there's 4. I think there's 4 isekais, if I remember correctly. I have 4 isekais on this list, not including Bookworm. Bookworm didn't quite make the cut, but I do want to talk about it a bit. Um, Bookworm is just an absolutely wonderful series. Um, and I love the way it builds its world. I think its world building is just absolutely incredible. Um, they spend like a good chunk of one of the episodes like explaining the currency of the world, and um, how much people pay for things, and the trading of goods, and and like the business side of things in this world. Like they spend a good chunk of season 1 like kind of exploring the whole business side of things um, in this world, and it's absolutely incredible. And just as much time is spent showing us like the kind of work that people end up doing in their day to day lives, and the kind of threats that they have to deal with on a daily basis. Um, and how the different housing works in the different districts. And there's so much world building in this, and it is one of the few isekai animes that that I can think of where no matter where I am, no matter where the anime goes, I immediately recognize it because we've spent so long explaining and showing, not just explaining, but also showing each individual district. So the moment one character moves from one district to another, I know exactly where they are because that's just how real this world feels. They explore this world so effectively that it feels so real. And I feel like that is a sign of an excellent, excellent anime. Some there are some isekai um, on this very list that don't do as good a job at uh, at world building as Ascendance of a Bookworm does. Um, in fact, I can only think of one isekai on this list that actually does just as good a job as Ascendance of a Bookworm. Um, but yeah, it is a wonderful series. The main character, Mine, she is just an adorable little bean sprout, an adorable cinnamon roll. Uh, she's she is like honestly one of the cutest characters in anime, in my opinion. That's another anime I could do in the future. Cutest characters in anime. I'm just getting all these ideas for possible animes in the future. So but yeah. So those are the runner ups, and oh yeah, my favorite character in Ascendance of a Bookworm. Uh, the main character, Mine. She is definitely my favorite character. Like her whole goal of just wanting to create a bunch of books, make them easily accessible, and create her own bookstore where she can then be surrounded by books. Like that is her whole dream. And speaking as a guy who loves books and loves reading, that kind of speaks to me. Um, yeah, I really like her. She's a great character. She's a wonderful character that just kind of is the glue that holds everything together. Um, so yeah. In any case, that's gonna do it. That's the three runner-ups, and that's all the videos that I'm going to be posting today. I will be putting up another video tomorrow. I'll be putting up my number 24 starting tomorrow. But let me know what you guys think. What do you think about these three animes? Do you like them? Do you hate them? Let me know in the comment box below. And until the next video, I will see you all then. Take care, everybody.